And we are live on YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. It's going to be an interesting Tech Friday edition of Business Express. All right, we're going on air now. And welcome to a Tech Friday edition of Business Express for a Feel Good Friday on Smooth Breakfast. Joining me, I have got Rotis. Good morning.
Good morning, Shopware. Good morning to our happy, Easter Friday to all our listeners.
Good Friday, yeah.
Our two special guests.
Yes, I was going to say, Fisaya Georgia, you know to expect that voice. But we also have a special guest that you can only view up on youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. Hi, good morning. She's absolutely lovely. And by the way, up on YouTube, leave your comments on the live stream. Hi, Fisaya, how you doing?
I'm very well. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Shopware. Good morning, Rotis.
All right.
Good day to be here.
It's a good day to be here. And we would love to get your comments in on the stories that we're going to be talking about. And it's all about social media right now. So make sure you send your WhatsApp messages in to 0809 440 981. You can also use Twitter. Tag us at Smooth981FM, at Rotancode, at Aramofisayo. Those are our handles. Okay, so guys, let's get started. I'm excited.
Yeah, so I mean, we all know the big news, Elon Musk making an offer to buy Twitter out completely. That's what a lot of folks have been talking about. And so Fisaya he's got some strong views about social media platforms and their power and how they should be run. So Fisaya, I throw it to you. Why is Elon Musk trying to buy Twitter? Why?
I mean, Elon had already, expressed his views around how he believes that Twitter should be a platform for free speech rather than, a platform for left-wing, media and, of course, woke ideologies alone. Right. So for him, he believes that a platform that allows people to talk, say what they want to say, without being restricted, without being, bullied into silence, without being, banned, without being removed from the platform, is what is needed. And of course, like maybe Jordan Peterson or someone like that would say that in order to be to be able to communicate, you have to risk offending people, right? But of course, in 2022, anything you say is now very offensive to everyone. Comedians are now having a very bad day because they can't make jokes because someone would just walk up the stage and punch them in the face, right? People cannot have their series on Netflix because some employees will get angry that they're making fun of gay people. I mean, it's just totally responsible, right? And I think that social media platforms should be allowed, to a large extent, to run a lot more freer than and the way Twitter is trying to do it, because that is what it is. Communication, it is engagement that allows for all of us to find the middle ground. But if there are things you can't say because someone will get angry, then what's the point of communication?
Okay,
right?
but
I think
one question I'd like to ask, though, is considering the fact that not every country in the world has free speech, how would that work? And second of all, I think we've seen what free speech has done in Elon Musk's businesses. We have places that were called the plantation.
Yeah.
I mean, that's free speech.
Yes, it is. I mean, people are allowed to a large extent to, the point of free speech is that people are allowed to hear their views, irrespective of who is offended or not, right? And I think that principle, that fundamental principle, irrespective of who is offended, has to be, defended as much as possible. Right. So many countries do not have free speech, but at least if you have a social media platform that allows, so what these countries can do is that they restrict access to Twitter. Again, that is their own rule, that's their prerogative. But on Twitter, you shouldn't now be, to a large extent, then using controlling speech on a platform that should be free for everyone to express their views, irrespective of who is offended. And I think that thing has to be properly addressed, irrespective of who is offended. I remember back in the days, there was some picture that was seen as an art where the head of President Donald Trump was taken as being cut off, right? Back in the days, it was seen as art, and then people laughed about it, like, yeah, the lady was holding the caricature of the head of President Donald Trump with blood stains over it, and of course, they're like, this is just beautiful art. That's what these same people expressed it at. But today, if someone did the same to say, President Joe Biden, they'll be banned from Twitter because, of course, people are offended because it's such a bad thing to do to a sitting president. But of course, to a president you don't like, you allow that to happen. So again, these are critical issues that needs to be addressed. People should be able to say what they want to say, irrespective of who is offended about it. And I think that's an important part of life.
All right. What do you make of the poison pen, or is it poison pill? Sorry, poison pill defense strategy that's being rumored by, and you want to explain that for the listeners in case.
Right. So it's such an interesting thing, right? Because I like to call him Paraga, but his name is Parag Agrawal, right? He had tweeted that so after Elon Musk bought a majority stake of Twitter, he's meant to join the board. But of course, at some point, Elon Musk said that he's not joining the board again. So in the public statement made by the CEO, he suggested that Elon Musk was afraid of background checks. And that's why he didn't want to join the board, because, of course, for you to join the board, they have to go through your background checks. They have to know that you're a fit and proper person to run a corporation, right? Of course, he suggested that Elon Musk was afraid to go through the rigorous background check that Twitter was going to give, not knowing that Elon Musk had a different view around, okay, if I join the board, you won't be allowed to buy more than 15% of the business. So rather than join the board, why can't I just take 100% of the business, today? And that was what Elon Musk did. However, he now playing the defense, because, of course, the CEO, is trying to defend his position as CEO of the company. He's trying to, claim that he's acting in the best interest of the shareholders. So what the poison pill does is that it allows the shareholders to buy additional stake, in the business at a discount to the trading price, so that, the hostile, the person taking over the company will be further down diluted. And then, of course, the power he has to make such offers will be to a large extent depleted. And that's what, Twitter is trying to do, or at least the Twitter board, acting through a CEO, is trying to do. But again, we'll see what it means. I mean, Elon Musk thinks that the offer, to buy Twitter today is irresistible by the shareholders, right? Because, the company has been trading, at say $36 billion in valuation. You were offered, up until, is it 46 billion or 54 billion? I can't remember clearly now, right? So he believes that, yes, that's an important, premium to the existing trading price that shareholders cannot afford to give, especially because Twitter is not a dividend-paying stock. Twitter is not, is not giving them significant capital appreciation. So if I get someone that will give me 40% of more, in premium to my Twitter stock, I'll definitely sell it. But again, I think the jury is out. Time will tell, I guess.
All right. Why? Okay, go ahead, Shokwe.
Hold on. We've got a message in Goke, who's sending a message on WhatsApp from the UK saying, but Musk buying Twitter makes me very uncomfortable, especially with his free speech campaign. It's going to turn him into some sort of social media demigod.
How?
Fisayo, that's a lot of people have expressed concern. There's a tweet, I should have shared it with you, Fisayo. Somebody was asking, what would Twitter be like if Elon Musk owned it? And what would have happened to the young man there's a young guy who was tracking his flights with some software, and he tried to get that guy shut down. So if he owned Twitter, what would happen to that guy's accounts? Things like that.
Well, the current owner of Twitter, or the current owners of Twitter, have been removing people from Twitter anyway. So how is Elon Musk removing people from Twitter going to be different? Just going to remove people that don't want to be removed. I mean, people that justified removing other people then will now be removed. And of course, what the justification looks like. Again, I don't expect that Elon Musk would do that, because again, if it is free speech, it means everybody should be able to express their views, irrespective of who is offended.
But I
And I
think
think
we've seen that
that
Elon Musk does not exactly believe in free speech for everyone. Definitely not people who are criticizing him.
Yeah, he blocks them. He blocks people who he doesn't like.
He blocks them, yes. Yeah, well, that is his own right to block him, you know.
But he's a public figure, he can't do that.
And even his employees who have made allegations about the working conditions, he said, why are you talking?
Well,
what would you say
he didn't say that to them. He'll tell them, guys, okay, if you're not comfortable with it, go and look for another job. I mean, this is what you have. Take it or leave it. Yeah, I mean, because I've seen because the truth is that.
But if they did it on Twitter, do you believe that Elon Musk would be, oh, it's all good, it's great, free speech?
It's free speech, yes. Speak, come and speak. Express your views.
With no consequences.
Absolutely no consequence, right? But again, the jury is out. Let him own it first, then we'll figure out later. Right?
Okay. Why does everybody want to own Twitter? Why not just build your own platform? What is this obsession with owning Twitter? It's hard to
build anything from scratch, right? Twitter is working, so why do you want to reinvent the wheel? People are there already. Millions of people are already using the platform. Why do you want to start acquiring customers from day one? I mean, nobody has time for that. I'll just build it. I mean, I'll just buy it and continue to run it the way it is being run, right? So, and I think that's the important thing. And of course, people are asked that, why is Donald Trump not trying to buy it? Donald Trump doesn't have that much money. It's 40 billion. Donald Trump's entire net worth is less than $1 billion or 2 billion. If there's still argument around his billionaire status, you know, Donald Trump. So again, this company is valued at over 40 billion already. Doesn't have that power. So that's why he's trying to build his own, platform. Unlike the world's richest man that can afford to put cash down for 40 billion, Donald Trump doesn't have that much resources at his disposal, right? So I think that those are critical things. So I mean, why would I want to go and build another one? In fact, the people that even try to build, I mean, so look, say for example, people like Clubhouse, that was designed for the elite so that you can have conversations on audio. And suddenly, I mean, Twitter just added Spaces. And of course, made the whole business of what's that name again? Clubhouse. A feature. Just made it a feature on Twitter app, and of course, suddenly nobody uses Clubhouse again. I remember back in the days, iPhone users were like, "Yeah, you're not on Clubhouse. They'll be forming." I was like, "Okay, no problem." Once Twitter Space is coming, they ditch their own iPhone and join us on Spaces, and that's what could happen.
You should not go against Android users. That much I know, because the numbers are more. So that was because I know as an Android user, I was like, I'm never going there. Never. I'll just wait for Twitter to bring something out.
Exactly.
There was a Twitter Spaces yesterday. I can't even mention the title. It was OAU. It was just 7,000 people were on this thing. I can't even say what they were talking about, but there was some relationship that went wrong. I had just gotten off work. I was being a busybody. It was
7,000 people were talking about a relationship. Really?
Gentlemen, we've come to the end of Freshly Pressed already. Business Express already.
Gist.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, look, Fisayo and your lovely, precious daughter. Thanks for joining. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Make sure you go and follow them and continue the conversation on Twitter with @Rotanquote and @Aremo Fisayo. Okay, gents. See you later. Okay. Coming up.